Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Tanya Pruthi from Medicine Department of Maharishi Markandeeshwar University. So today I'll be presenting a case of rare presentation of newly diagnosed chronic myeloid leukemia. So chronic myeloid leukemia is a myeloproliferative disorder of hematopoietic stem cells in which there is reciprocal translocation between chromosome 9 and 22 leading to formation of Philadelphia chromosome. So this Philadelphia chromosome has BCR-ABL1 fusion oncogene, which initiates or activates tyrosine kinase pathways, leading to various manifestations. So it has three phases. One is chronic, then accelerated, and then the blast phase. The median age at which it is diagnosed is 65 years with slight male predominance. So in this, there is large production of immature cells which accumulate inside the bone marrow and then spreads to the entire body, causing anemia, easy bleed, infection, and organ infiltration. So there is a 60-year-old male presented to us with history of fever from the past 1 month, abdominal discomfort from the past 1 month. He also gave history of diminution of vision from the past 4 months. On admitting this case, vitals was checked, that was stable. RBS was checked, but that was well within normal. And we could find out that there was subconjunctival hemorrhage in the left eye, and patient had pallor, hepatomegaly, and massive splenomegaly. On finding out massive splenomegaly, routine investigations were sent including HB with PBF. And secondly, we planned ophthalmology opinion for the subconjunctival hemorrhage we got. So on receiving the blood investigations, we found out the patient had anemia with leukocytosis. Patient has HB of 5.3 with morphology of microcytic hypochromic. TLC counts was raised, that is 4,81,870, in which the precursor cells was raised, that is myelocytes was 39, myelocytes was 10, and blast cells was 7. Rest platelet count was well within normal. So the blood investigation which we received, that was suggestive of chronic myeloid leukemia with chronic phase. As we planned the ophthalmology opinion on the first day, so we referred the patient to ophthalmologist who checked the fundoscopy, and he found out that there was papilledema, there was tortuous vessels, there was macular edema, there was C-fan neovascularization, there was rod spots. So he concluded that this is leukemic retinopathy. On the basis of the findings of blood investigation and fundoscopy, patient had been started on imatinib 400 mg OD, and patient was started on sessions of pan-retinal photocoagulation. So, in which cases we should think of leukemia? The risk factors are family history, any previous cancer treatment, patient who is chronic smoker, who has been exposed to lot of environmental factors, or exposure to radiation for a very long period of time. And the types of leukemia are acute myeloid leukemia, chronic myeloid leukemia, acute lymphocytic leukemia, and chronic lymphocytic leukemia. The mechanism for developing of leukemic retinopathy has been studied, and they are as follows: reduced blood flow, ischemia, hyperviscosity, retinal capillary dropout, localized thrombosis secondary to toxic products which are released by the leukemic cells. So, signs of leukemic retinopathy, which we have studied in this case, and as journal, what we see is that leukemic cells can directly infiltrate the retina, leading to formation of rod spots, perivascular sheathing, optic nerve edema, and pallor. Secondly, leukemia can lead to anemia with leukocytosis, leading to retinal hemorrhages, retinal venous tortuosities, retinal vein obstruction, cotton wool spots, peripheral microaneurysms, C-fan neovascularizations, and even serious retinal detachment can happen. the reason that we are presenting this case in MEPICON 2020 is that eye is the only site where leukemic involvement of nerves and blood vessels can be directly observed. Studies have shown that 5 to 10% of CML patients can present with ocular manifestations as an initial presentation, and such cases they have lower 5-year survival rate. See, we don't have any direct treatment for it, so we had to start the patient on immunotherapy, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. So the take-home message from this presentation is that all the physicians like us, if we diagnose the patient with chronic myeloid leukemia or any leukemia, should refer the patient to ophthalmologist for early diagnosis of such lesions in the fundoscopy. And if the ophthalmologist finds such lesions on fundoscopy, should refer the patient to physicians so that we can do the workup for the leukemias. So why it is important? Because we should timely diagnose this and early treatment should be initiated so that patient's vision can be saved. Thank you so much.